Some unpopular opinion this week. Welcome to Antisocial Commentary. I'm Chris. This is now our permanent guest.
Whoop, whoop.
I mean, I won't say permanent because you can get replaced. We haven't done this in a long time. I done forgot the format. I done forgot how we do the podcast. We've been doing the movie reviews so many times. I done forgot. But I didn't forget to put on my Black Panther shirt. You got on Captain America, who's the white Panther.
I just figured let me try to kind of flow with what you had going.
Yeah, I feel you.
I don't have a Black Panther shirt. Cough.
Well, I mean, they're $5 below. I got mine for $5 below. So.
Oh, you got yours.
Yeah.
You ain't give me one.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're only $5. So, I mean, they probably sold out now, but so that's on you, not me. How my hair looking, by the way?
Looks hairy.
Yeah, it's the first time I think since I've been growing it we've done a podcast. I don't remember if I've done it since it's been growing. I don't remember. That doesn't matter. Let's get into the meat of the podcast. And I mean, this is kind of a slow news week. Nothing really good happened. I mean, if we could talk about the Brett Kavanaugh stuff, I really don't want to because I really don't like talking politics too much. But I mean, you know what's going on with that whole thing, right? With there was allegedly a rape or sexual assault back when he was in high school or college. I don't remember which one. And they did the hearing and all this. So, I mean, I guess it brings up...
That's been the news for a lot of people for the past few months.
True,
period.
True. With the Time's Up, Me Too movement, it's all blown up. My thoughts on the movement, I feel like I don't have an issue with speaking. If something really did happen, you need to say something. So if something happened, say something. You know, see something, say something, whatever. Speak up. And I understand you got to be like, well, if someone's a victim, they may not want to speak up. Whatever. I get that. But here's the thing: like, we live in a society where everybody has a voice because we all have social media. We all have. We can all get on our phone and say whatever we feel about whatever.
Okay.
So a lot of times, something that would have been small is now being big. It has a loud voice on social media. And me personally, I think that when it comes to, and this is any crime really, if you have your own personal beliefs and views on it, that's fine. You can believe what you want, but these type of things are starting to affect people as if though they really did get tried and convicted of it. Like, if you say I raped you, okay, do I go to jail right then and there?
Well, no.
Why not?
Because you're innocent until proven guilty.
Exactly. But we live in a world where we're holding people to the fire before they've had their day in court. Which, as much as people act like it doesn't affect them when they get to court, it will affect them. I know when you get a jury, they're supposed to be impartial to the...
Are you talking about people who are speaking on it on their social media or people who are discussing it that's not part of the justice system? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying people that are not part of... If I say I raped you... I mean, if you say I raped you... 40,000 women are gonna come out saying, "Yeah, I believe me. She did. He did. Chris is a rapist. Chris did this. Chris did that." But you can't tell me that doesn't affect somebody when they go to affect a jury when they go to court. Like, do you think Bill Cosby had a fair trial? Like, do you think his right to have a fair trial was able to do it? I mean, I personally think that he probably did do it, and if he did do it. Clearly he did, according to our court system. He's in jail now. Good riddance. But looking back on the whole case, do you think he had a fair trial? Because do you think that truly there is no jury that was able to not hear about the case before? Before he went to before it went to trial.
I think for all big cases now, there's some type of sway prior to the case, no matter who it is, just because, like you're saying, social media. There was, I mean, not to toss in a joke, but there was a post on Instagram where somebody was like, I'm glad I grew up in the 80s and 90s because there's no record of the dumb stuff that I did.
No, that's a fact.
And not to say like, it's a good thing nobody caught me raping someone. But just the fact of the matter is that does make all the difference in the world. Just having that instant in your hand, whatever someone wants to say, because it's their platform, it's their social media.
That's it. I mean, it's crazy. Like, the moment... Honestly, what really kicked off the whole Bill Cosby thing, my aunt's a comedian, so I've heard the rumors before, so that's why I truly think he probably did do it. Because, I mean, when there's smoke, there's fire. But, like, what really truly kicked the whole Bill Cosby thing off was the Hannibal Buress, his joke. And then people really started, like
looking into it.
Yeah. So... I'm not saying that you should be able to commit crime. I'm not saying that you are. I'm confused myself. I'm not saying that you should be able to commit crime, or saying that type of stuff should be able to go on. But in this country, you have the right to defend yourself in court if you do commit a crime, and you take away a lot of people's right to defend themselves when you already go into a case.
So you feel like social media is taking away from the fair and speedy trial?
I think social media, right?
There's no such thing as a speedy trial.
Yeah, right. Well, not when you're black.
But period. There's no such thing as a speedy trial. But you feel like the fairness of it all and them doing their due diligence to actually look into the case is not the same now that social media has people just.
Yeah, I mean, and I know the liberal crowd that might see this might be like, oh my God, how dare you say that? As far as people that were affected, this man was a rapist, they were raped. However, when it comes to, and I have my feelings about the justice system, and I feel how messed up it is. However, it is an imperfect system, and when it comes to rape, just as much as it comes to theft or it comes to murder, the person that is being held, having their feet held to the fire, has the right of being innocent until all the facts come out and they are presented. Those facts are presented in court. Now, a lot of times, somebody might actually rape somebody and not get away with it. I get it. That's how it goes. I mean, as a black man, I know I've seen many of cases where people that look like me have been killed by a police officer, and that police officer got off. Shout out to Laquan McDonald's family. I'm happy to see y'all finally got justice for the loss of your son, brother,
absolutely,
nephew, whatever, grandson. So I'm happy to see that. But so I get it, and I understand what people feel like when they see that someone gets away. However, the chances are, and if you look at the statistics of it, the chances are of someone actually walking from doing a crime that they truly did commit, or being actually persecuted for a crime they didn't commit, they're actually relatively low. They're not, obviously, again, I said it's imperfect. It's not going to be zero. There are going to be people that walk away from a crime. There are going to be people that get tried for a crime and convicted for a crime they didn't commit. But in the overall grand scheme of things, the numbers say that it's not as bad as what people think. I mean, honestly, nothing is as bad as what people think. Right now, we think that we're going to be attacked by terrorists every 24 hours. And when was the last terrorist attack we've had on American soil?
Well, the thing is, though, when you're bringing in numbers and you're talking statistics, you're talking more than just a case that involves someone who's already a face or a public figure. Mm-hmm. So when you're looking at stuff that's just the major public figures or someone who's famous or whatever have you, or just the few that make it to be a big story, then that's when everything seems like it gets compacted down. True. And then it's like, well, this person's always getting off, or this type of person always gets off, or it's always this type of person that faces this. So I think that's the difference right there, is that when you're looking at statistics, you're looking at all-inclusive versus
a celebrity.
The narrowed down specific.
But see, that's the thing. I think we put too much stock in our celebrities. Like, we expect our celebrities to not be human beings.
We expect them to not still be a person.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that Bill Cosby is not is
We're not saying that you're human if you're a rapist.
Yes, there you go. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm not saying that
raping someone that makes you human.
But he did make his mistakes, and he is owed a fair trial.
However, though, at the same time, you do have to know that there is a responsibility that you take on by being a public figure.
That's a fact.
Or being a celebrity. You do take on an additional responsibility because everything is under a microscope. Granted, yes, you're still human, so in that regard, yeah, you deserve a fair trial, just like the next person. But you do take on an extra responsibility, and you have to know that. And that comes along with more than just being a celebrity. Specific careers. Yeah. You take on a certain type of responsibility. You have to uphold yourself a certain way.
No, I agree. I just think, and this is kind of going, not just on topic, but off topic a little bit. I just think that the hypocrisy of the whole thing is it's funny to me. Like, we can look at the Bill Cosby case, Me Too movement, Time's Up movement. They all want to jump in on that. But one of the leaders of the Me Too movement, her name is Asha Argento.
Excuse me.
She was like one of the first people that came out about Harvey Weinstein. She's like one of the leaders of the movement. She actually has allegations from when she messed with a 14-year-old boy or 16-year-old boy, a young boy, and there's proof of this. There's pictures and stuff like that, and she texted him and told him, like, she has text messages telling him not to go public, offering him money, stuff like that.
So she is that person.
She is that person, exactly. And
pot calling the kettle black.
Exactly, that's what it is. And I feel like the hypocrisy of it is, y'all riding so hard on Bill Cosby or Harvey Weinstein or Kevin Spacey, but y'all quiet when it happens to you, and it works both ways. It's like,
I'm glad you're saying that. I'm not sure if you're about to go this direction, but I do hate that people try to take away from the fact that boys can be raped too.
Boys can be men. I mean, but see, here's the thing: when men get raped, it's a joke. What's the first thing you always tell a man when he's about to go to jail? What's the first thing people say?
Don't drop the soap.
Don't drop the soap. Why? Because he's gonna get raped. And it's for some reason when men.
I mean, I don't know people that's going to jail like that, or at all. I don't know people going to jail. But
all my niggas going to jail.
But
all of them.
But that is what people always going to say. But the reality is, though, it is still exactly that, though. It is still rape. Yeah. Because sadly, for a 14-year-old boy versus a 14-year-old girl, the assumption or the stereotype is, well, the 14-year-old boy, he was able to get with, let's say, a teacher. Yeah. Then it's like, that's a come up because cool, you were able to get with this adult woman, where vice versa, then it's like, well, this girl was taken advantage of. And I think that's where those double standards come in, because the reality is that it's still rape. It
is rape. And it's unfortunate that happens to boys and girls, for that matter. It just, when it comes to a boy, it's implied that they wanted it. Which is true, I guess. In the moment, the boy probably did want it, but when that boy is 30 and having sex regularly is not working for him, because he's been having sex since he was 14 with older women that knew what they were doing, and now this person has a complex, and he's not able to get that same type of, he's not able to feel that same type of feeling and find substance in his sex life / relationships because of stuff like this. I'm not saying this happens to all boys. I'm just saying, like, we don't talk about the future aspect of it when this boy becomes hypersexual or whatever, and what we talk about.
He very well did not want it at all.
Huh?
I said, or he very well did not want it.
Yeah, or he might have thought he wanted it when he was 14. How many things did we think we wanted when we were 14? I wanted a sidekick when I was 14, and
you wanted a sidekick.
A sidekick, though. You know what I'm saying? And we see how
I still want a sidekick back.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I would definitely rock with a sidekick.
I loved all my sidekicks, and I want them back.
That sidekick was the shit.
It's a good phone.
Why do we have to have touchscreens? I like the buttons. I mean, does that make me old for saying I like the buttons? I like the clicking.
Yeah, I hate that you like the clicking because you have sound on your phone.
I mean, it's whatever.
But I like sidekick. I don't think that makes you old.
Yeah, sidekick was the shit. But anyway, but when we were 14, did we know what we truly wanted? And absolutely not. I'm 27, I don't know what I really want sometimes.
And I was about to say, if we want to get down to, we want to talk facts, and biology, you don't have decision-making skills until you're 25. So, no, you don't know what you want at 14.
Let me rephrase that. You have decision-making skills. You just,
but
they're not as formed. Yeah, they're not fully formed.
Developed. Okay, so I'm not saying that you can't make a decision. Obviously, you're not walking around like la loopsy.
Well, we live in a world where you have to explain everything to people because people are dumb.
Let me be specific. They are not fully developed.
There you go.
Until, that's why, something that might seem major to a 2-year-old, like screaming about a cookie.
Right.
And then later major to an 11-year-old, like, I love when kids say it's just middle school drama. Like, they're aware that it's childish drama, but it still affects them a lot.
Yeah.
And then continuing on, like, no, you don't know what you want. Look at how many people go to college and they have no major.
Right.
Because they don't know.
Shout out to Tori. Tori, on an almost weekly basis, is texting me, I don't know if I want to do this in school anymore. Something about her school is like, Tori, you have like 6 months left. You better suck that shit up.
Well, you're doing it now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, from what I hear, she seems to finally have been settled.
She has no choice. It's like if you jump off a cliff halfway down, you can't be like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have did this.
No, she could still be like, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish, but I really don't think this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna get.
Oh no. I think she's at that point, and not to talk about Tori. I'm just talking about like you can't be at the point that she's at now. Like, well, I want to switch my major.
But people do.
People do that, but Tori, you better not do that shit.
I have a friend who we went to school together, and he's still getting his undergrad as we speak.
Wow.
So, and being that I graduated 4 years ago,
you could have did 2 college
he's still getting his undergrad. So,
but we kind of stirred away from what we were talking about, which is cool because it's a touchy subject. But as a woman talking to a man, I feel like it's important to try and bridge the gap. I'll never know what you go through every day. You can tell me how you feel, but I'll never truly understand. So I think it's important that when it comes to rape allegations, sexual assault allegations, abuse allegations, period, we need to really start caring more about the facts of the case and not how we feel about the case. You know what I'm saying?
But that's so hard.
It is hard.
That's so hard because I definitely had jury duty before, and without giving information on the case, I did have to make sure that as part of the jury that all parts of that case were proven. And so one of those things were that the crime happened in this specific county.
Yeah.
So even if they caught him on tape, caught the time, caught everything, but it showed that it happened in a different county than what they're trying to prove, then he would not be considered guilty.
Yeah.
And so even when you're talking about considering the facts, like, it's like, yeah, that was a fact, but like that was just one piece that's off. So it is hard to like take the emotion out or your own personal morals.
But for that example, that wasn't your job. If that would be the fault of the prosecutor.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, he might have did it and it was on tape, but why would the person that, if y'all knew what county he did it in, why would y'all not anyway?
Right, no, absolutely. But the point that I'm making is that doesn't change the fact that as the case is happening, that my opinion is now dove into that, because I ain't want to be like, well, what the heck?
Yeah.
But that's not how I'm one of those radical people that's like, well, I don't want to be on social media and I'm going to talk about this case and everybody's going to know, blah, blah, blah. Right. And this man is horrible, so.
I mean, we all have our opinions based on some certain things. Like George Zimmerman is a perfect example. I hate him as a person. Now, I may not have hated him as much as I do now if he would have just won his case and just faded to obscurity. Like, you know what? That's fucked up.
But
he got off.
To become famous,
but now, exactly, you're becoming famous. You're not showing remorse for what you did. Like, if you truly felt like your life was in danger and you killed somebody because you were truly in danger, I feel like you would not be celebrating the fact that you killed that person. Like, again, I would have felt a way about it, but I probably would have just, like, you know what, he won his case, it sucks, move on.
Well, I think what's interesting also is that there were people who were once supporting him who kind of faded off to the other side too. Not everybody, obviously, but there were some people who were like, once upon a time they were like, oh, he was a good person, and now they were like, he's a horrible human.
Because the stuff keeps coming out. All right, so let's just switch gears a little bit. Rape's a heavy topic. Let's talk about Nicki Minaj, Cardi B. I mean, this story's kind of blown over a little bit, but
I was about to say, is that still a thing?
Well, kind of. Cardi B just had to go to turn herself into jail. So
what?
You didn't hear about that?
No.
Okay, so what happened was on Nicki Minaj's radio show, she had said that Cardi B. Remember, Cardi B was the whole reason Cardi B had an issue with Nicki Minaj in the first place was she was trying to prevent Cardi B from eating, like she was preventing her money, trying to stop her money, and this fast forward, everything happened. Nicki Minaj goes on her radio show and says, "You want to talk about people stopping money? How about when you sent people to the strip club to beat up some girls you had beef with?" And then apparently she had the girl. I don't know if this is true or not. I don't fuck with Nicki Minaj, so I didn't listen to her radio show. But apparently she had the girls on her
on her radio show?
On the radio show, and they were talking about it. And then right after that, Cardi B, they start investigating, and Cardi B gets arrested and has to turn herself in.
Sweet baby Jesus.
So Nicki Minaj is a snitch, is she not? Technically, I mean, she's not a street person, but so I guess it's okay to snitch. But as a rapper, you kind of look a little suspect.
I mean, was she necessarily a snitch as much as she was like, I'm just gonna hold a mirror to your face?
No, she's a snitch.
Okay.
Because if you talk about somebody's, if I'm just outside saying, yeah, well, I seen Mia selling drugs, and the police hear me saying that, and I would get in trouble for snitching. That would be the, if I was pointing the finger at you, maybe not in court or maybe not like in an interrogation room, but if I'm pointing the finger at you, and people start investigating you, that would make me a snitch.
I don't. I guess I'm not thinking about like that. I'm just thinking about the fact that she brought these girls on her show, if that's the case.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that, because the only thing I'm really thinking is that's really messy.
A fact. That's a fact.
Like high school messy.
Yeah. So I guess my question to you is, whose side are you on?
What?
If you had to pick a side, like where do you think you're leaning towards?
Probably Cardi.
And I want to also make sure I tell you this, because this may change your mind. Apparently, Nicki Minaj sent people to go beat up them strippers because apparently one of the strippers smashed Offset.
You mean Cardi B?
Yeah, Cardi B sent people to the strip club to beat a stripper because one of the strippers smashed Offset.
Okay, so my statement still remains the same, that if I had to support somebody, if I just had to, I'm going to support Cardi. However, I am not one of those people that's going to go send nobody to go handle no female for no type of reason on something like that. Because first and foremost, the reality is she wrong? Sure. But she don't owe you nothing. Whoever the girl is that supposedly slept with her man. She don't owe you nothing. Mm-hmm. Your issue is with him.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And that's just where I'm at on that. I don't care if we're both in public eye and everybody knows we're together. Mm-hmm. Because everybody knows we're together, he definitely needs to tighten up. Mm-hmm. And because we're together, there's no reason that you should be doing that.
Not only are they together, they're married with a child. But
right. Exactly. So, but I probably would be on Cardi B's side, just because I feel like Nicki Minaj is always trying to come for somebody.
Mm-hmm. I feel like Nicki Minaj is the type of person that. And
I feel like she's one of those people that puts on the front. Like, she's like, I feel like she's one way behind closed doors, and then when she gets in front of people, she's like, oh no.
I was exactly about to say that. I feel like Nicki Minaj is the person that bullies and then tries to play the victim. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I kicked over your sandcastle, but yeah, I did that, but you didn't have to come kick over my sandcastle after I kicked over yours. You didn't have to say anything about it. That's what I feel like that's how she comes off. I could be 100% wrong. Obviously, I'm not in the entertainment industry.
Or know her.
or know her as a person. But she comes up... First off, anybody whose whole life seems to be fake, like her titties is fake, her ass is fake. She puts on fake accents and fake personas. She got like 8 different rap alter egos.
Yeah,
I'm starting to think that you might be fake.
Like her real life, though.
I'm starting.
I wonder if she really has multiple personalities.
Like she might have schizophrenia. Well, she needs to go to the doctor.
No, like she might have not schizophrenia. What's that one I was watching on
Multiple
YouTube?
different personality disorder.
It was something. It was some type of disorder where they have multiple personalities because they've been through a trauma, but it was not schizophrenia because it's not hearing voices. It's that they take on this personality, and she might actually be like that.
Well, I mean, she also went to school for acting and stuff, so
I'm aware.
So that might be another aspect of it.
It is a little scary that.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just, and of course you only know what you hear, but it's like, for example, like the stuff you hear about Safari, how he was like, she telling her, you better not come to the club, and you better not do this, you better, and her being aggressive and rude and like all of the above at home, and then she gets in front of people and obviously does what she's supposed to, I guess, and it's like putting on, hi, and I'm here, but that's a little scary.
But I mean, that's, huh?
Did your camera just click?
I don't think so.
Oh, I thought I heard it.
Look, I mean, you can go look. No,
I thought I heard a shutter sound.
Oh, nah, that's just one of the homies loading up the strap.
No.
Anyway, and I think that's part of being a celebrity, though. Like, you have to put on a front. And honestly, I think though the days of doing that are coming to an end. Like, I think, like, the last true celebrity that we don't really know a whole lot about, like, they're, like big celebrity that they still have a mystery behind is like Beyonce. Like we know what they tell us. We don't know anything. We don't know about them too much. Like we know who her kids are. We barely have seen pictures of the twins. But and I think that benefits Beyonce to the extent that people still glorify, or not glorify, but mystify her as like some type of god or goddess. And which helps her because no one truly knows her lifestyle. Like, for example, Michael Jackson and Prince both died of drug overdoses, and none of us knew that they had issues. I mean, looking back, like, yeah, we should have seen that coming. We should have seen, namely Michael. We should have seen he was on something. But
okay, now you know how I feel about Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I know. But I just the fact of the matter is that we put them so high on the pedestal that we couldn't, when they died, it was like, of a drug overdose? Are you serious? It has to be a conspiracy. So when Beyonce, like,
but okay, before you travel way too far, I understand that, like, that's anybody. You know, if you're got into an argument with your husband prior to going to work, and then you get to work, you can't be like, ugh, nobody talked to me today. Like, I get that.
People do that though.
But that's a little crazy. My thing is that I feel like she, like, for example, she uses, like,
I just want to,
yes, as a Nicki Minaj, she uses, like, I just want an award. I'm gonna go up here and say, oh my God, thank you so much, my fans, blah blah blah, and then somewhere in there she's throwing a dig at somebody.
Right.
She talking mess about somebody. She letting somebody know, come see me.
Right.
Like, that kind of stuff. That's why I'm like, girl, like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to use this opportunity to thank people for noticing my hard work and receiving me as an artist, that's not also your time to let somebody know that they can catch you outside because you want to be hood right now.
Right. Well, I mean, I always thought that Nicki is smart and stupid at the same time as far as how she doesn't allow other girls to come up. Like, she's smart in the sense, like, if you are
the only competition.
Exactly. It makes things a lot easier. However, you're stupid because eventually it's going to backfire. Eventually somebody's going to come up and do it on their own. Well, debatable on Cardi B. Do it on their own, get their own following, and then eventually the people that follow you or your success will start to be, people will start looking at you like, well, why didn't you embrace this person? Like, well, why haven't you done this with this person? And eventually that turns into, well, is Cardi B as good as Nicki Minaj? Who's better? Who's like, and so I know that has to go, has to just kill your psyche.
But when it comes to music, for me, that's kind of more of where my thoughts go. I don't really care about their personal life, and I know that's probably not very common anymore, but I don't care about their personal life. I enjoy who you are as an artist, and what you have going on in your personal life is your business, and that's your situation to handle.
So you still listen to R. Kelly is what you about to say?
No, I never was a major R. Kelly fan like that in the first place.
I was moderate.
Probably 2 or 3 songs by him that I can say that I really just would.
So you telling me at least the first 5 Trapped in the Closet, he wasn't...
No, that wasn't something I jammed.
I mean, no, not jam, but you weren't captivated by it?
No, what I was saying was there's at least 2 or 3 songs that I probably really would just continuously listen to. Because for me, new music doesn't mean that I want to hear it. I mean, that sounds bad, but every new song that comes out is not something I want to hear. Okay, I was
you have to clarify. I wasn't sure if you were saying you don't want to hear like new music or new artists.
No, just because an artist has come out with something new doesn't mean it's something that I want to hear or I'm going to enjoy. And I only care about the music. Whatever y'all got going on in your personal life, I don't care. So I know, like, with Michael Jackson, I'm definitely a major Michael Jackson fan. And I know people always ask me, like, well, but what if Michael Jackson really did do it? And my answer has been the same since I was a kid. If he did it, shame on him and shame on those parents, because that one case was blown up. Like, after that, there's no way that somebody should have still been sending their kids to his home if that's the case. But I like Michael
But now
Jackson.
You're victim blaming.
and they can call it what they want, but that's how I feel. But at the end of the day, I like Michael Jackson as an artist, and because he's an awesome dancer, and dance is my jam. So, but if they want to call it victim blaming, that's fine. But no, I'm blaming the parent, not the child, because if you saw something like that where it's blown up that this man is touching children, you wouldn't send them to whoever lives down your street who has a sign in their yard that says that I'm a convicted rapist. So why are you still sending them to Michael Jackson?
Because Michael Jackson moonwalk. But let's get into that though. Let's talk about victim blaming a little bit, because now I don't think that you should be able to blame the victim if someone just randomly got killed. That's a random act.
Right. Or I'm not gonna be like, well, your cleavage is out, that's why you got raped. I would never say something like that.
Or just, I guess, how you're dressed. I'm not saying that you deserve to get raped. But if you walk around in a snake pit and you get bit by a snake, and someone says, well, why were you walking in a snake pit? And someone's like, how dare you ask them why were they walking in a snake pit? They should have been able to do whatever the hell they wanted. No! That's just dumb. Like, I'm not going to be one of the people that go to a convicted rapist's house and expect not to get raped. I expect to get raped at a convicted rapist's house. I mean, even if it was one of the people that may have got caught peeing taking a piss in public next to a school, but I'm still not.
18-year-old dating a 16-year-old.
I'm still not fucking with it. Still not fucking with it.
Yep, there's so many things.
I mean, if I see you got the red dot on your crib, I have no reason to go to your crib.
I guess my thoughts are, because that's such a touchy subject, and I would definitely hate to offend anybody, but
I love offending people.
We're complete opposite on that, because I'm not trying to offend anybody, but the reality is that like, for example, they just had a slut walk. Yeah. And I know that's a big thing about, like, taking back or taking control of the word, and I should be able to dress as I please and all that good stuff. So this is my thing. Sure, go ahead and dress as you please, but understand that there's always a connotation with something. If you see me wearing an outfit that a nun would wear, you would probably assume that I'm a nun.
I would assume.
And I'm not saying that there is slut uniforms, but I am saying that why do you want to go to the store where there's children with a mesh top and no bra on? Like, why do you want to be in public like that amongst children? And your whole areola and your nipple is out.
Let's see.
Like,
let's reverse that.
That's proper.
Let's reverse that. What if a dude walked around with nothing but, like, one of those little things that the male strippers be wearing, like the little things that just literally covers your dick and balls, and it's like a pair of underwear, but that only you just put your dick and your balls in there. Not that I've been to a male strip club, but
is it like a jock strap?
Kind of, but it actually, like, it looks like it's like a sleeve for your dick and your balls. Like, it's like.
I mean, again, I still feel this. I don't care who's wearing it. I don't care if it's a man, woman, a horse. There's proper attire for where you are. Like, if you're going out to the club and you're amongst adults and you are so comfortable with yourself and you feel like, you know what, I don't want a men's top with no bra and no pasties either. Do your thing. That is your business. But you don't need to wear that to Walmart or to Target or to H-E-B where there's children.
Shout out to H-E-B.
Shout out to H-E-B. But you don't need to do that. I don't think that's morally okay.
I don't. My whole thing is, why are you doing something to bring attention to yourself, but you don't want attention brought to yourself? That's the thing that I don't understand with that whole situation.
Is it true that all these people don't want attention? Because, I mean, it's a difference between getting attention and then you wanting a specific type of attention. Maybe you want to be seen as, like, someone who doesn't care and is empowered.
Well, how do you expect that to happen?
The reality is everybody has an opinion. And I know for me, my opinion is I don't see someone like that. And I'm like, man, that is a confident woman. I'm like, my first thought is,
she is.
I don't care what size she is. My first thought is my mama would kill me and I'm grown.
Yeah, that's true.
That's my first thought.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But I mean, that's also how I was raised. So, you know, I can take that into account as well. I wasn't raised to think that that's okay. And who's to say that what I think is right? But I just know it makes me feel uncomfortable.
On this podcast, we're going to say that you're right to think that dressing as if though you are, if you're wearing something to like that, for the slut walk example, like they are literally dressing like that so someone will call them a slut so they can feel and take the power back from that word. That's what they're doing. Am I right or wrong? On our base.
I have to be honest. I'm not truly I'm not sure about the idea of they're doing that so someone will call them a slut. I think the whole point of the slut walk is, yes, I'm dressed like this, but guess what? Even if you think I'm a slut, I'm not, and I'm a strong woman. But I don't think being naked is strength.
Also, I think another aspect of the slut walk is they're saying that I should be able to have sex with how many people I want and not be considered a slut, which I agree.
Because that is a double standard.
I agree that you should be able to, but here's the difference between someone having sex with a whole lot of people versus everybody knowing you're having sex with other people. That's what makes you a slut, in my opinion, because I could fuck 50 bitches today, and if no one knows but me and them 50 bitches, in each situation there's just me and her, me and her, 50 people, different women know, but only but in each of those, like, it's one-on-one situations, would you know that I was a slut?
Not if you don't tell me.
So who the only reason for that we call Amber Rose and Blac Chyna sluts is because we always see y'all with somebody.
But their issue is that you also always see these men with somebody, and these men are being called out of their name because of the double standard. They
do though. Y'all girls act like they don't be calling dudes hoes and sluts. Y'all may not say hoe or slut, but y'all call them hoe and slut in different ways. Like, y'all be like, oh, he's a player. He's a dick. He's a asshole. Like, that bothers me about girls. Y'all be like, don't reduce me to my body parts. Don't call me a vagina or a pussy. But y'all call men dicks and assholes all the time. Are those not body parts?
Yeah.
So what is this moral high ground you think you're standing on? Not necessarily you, but women. What moral high ground do y'all think y'all standing on over men? Where we don't reduce men to their body parts. Yes, you do. Y'all do. Y'all won't date a man that y'all know is out here fucking a bunch of different women. Y'all not gonna.
They do though.
Yeah, not really.
They do.
Not as much as you think.
They do. They do, because that's how he's able to do that, because somewhere in there is a lie.
Let me prove how you're wrong. Before we started dating, what did you think about me?
Does that not
before you started dating, what did you think about me?
Before we started dating, you looked like the typical light-skinned stereotype. Light skin with good hair, so automatically the assumption is that you're rude with a bad attitude and you got a lot of females.
And that's what you thought. And you said that out of your mouth you said, I don't think I want to mess with this because I think he has a bunch of hoes.
No.
You never said something like that. You never said something like, or you never thought to be like, let me not approach, or maybe not.
I did think, why were you consistently trying to talk to me? Because I felt like, I'm sure you have options, but I never thought, well, I don't want to mess with him because then he's going to be a player.
Well, see, that's my point. The thought that of me having X amount of hoes based off of how I look is the same thing as me saying she's with that many people, so she's a slut. It's the same. Sure. It's the same mindset.
But this also goes back to, I'm the woman who thinks that you should not be walking around half naked.
That's fine.
But these half naked women, they feel like, just like this man who has messed with multiple people does not get judged in their opinion, that half naked woman also feels like, well, I shouldn't be judged either, because if he having sex with a whole bunch of women, there has to be a woman for him to have sex with. And same thing on the other hand, if I'm having sex with a whole bunch of men, there has to be a man for me to do that with. Mm-hmm. So I don't have too much to say that is gonna go against whatever your opinion is gonna be, because I don't think that I'm not for that.
But see, that's the whole point that I'm saying. Girls definitely will instantly think that a dude is, based off of how they look, they think that he's, if a girl thinks that you have a bunch of hoes, they're not gonna mess with you.
Right. I mean, it didn't know that I knew like a whole bunch of people who were into you. Like, I knew these people. And it's funny because I knew them, but you didn't know that these people were into you. Mm. Now that we know, that's hilarious, because it's like, dang, so I knew about all this, but you didn't. Mm-hmm. So that also adds layers to it just in this situation. But yeah.
But that's the thing. Girls act like that they're the only ones that are judged off of who they've been with.
But do you not feel that girls are more judged?
No, I think it's equal. I really think it's honestly equal, because dudes will still smash you. Girls will not smash you if they think they have you fucked a lot of girls. If you have or if you haven't, dudes will still smash you. They'll at least entertain you for that moment. Dudes will also date a girl that they know has had multiple sex partners later on in life. They won't do it. They won't do it in their early 20s, but later on when you're in our 40s or whatever, we probably gonna
when you don't have many options.
Yeah, we probably won't care.
Because a lot of people in their 40s are married.
But dudes will sit there and tell you that I don't want to mess with a girl that's been with a bunch of dudes. They are lying. They are going to. They're going to.
Well, see, and our conversation might not necessarily be matching, because I'm not thinking about the idea that a guy won't sleep with a girl who's been with a whole bunch of dudes, because they're going to feel like that's an easy bag. Mm-hmm. So might as well. But when it comes to being in a relationship with somebody, heck yeah, dude will be like, oh, I ain't trying to wife no girl who the whole team done had. The whole team don't even have to be his friends. It can be just random people.
And they're lying. They're lying.
And then vice versa. There are plenty of girls who will be like, well, they know this person's trying to talk to this person, this person, this person. And then for some reason in their heart, they're like, I'm going to be the one that's going to make him change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's weird. but dudes will straight up lie and say, like, look, we all think Kim Kardashian is a hoe. Married. We all thought that not Black China, but Amber Rose was a hoe. Got married. We all thought that Khloe Kardashian was a hoe. Got married.
Who thought that about Khloe?
Everybody thought Khloe was a bigger hoe than Kim.
That hurts my feelings. I thought she was great.
No, you might be thinking of Courtney.
No, because I consider Courtney the most herself. I thought Khloe was pretty cool. And I don't know if I necessarily thought Kim was out there as much as I just thought something happened, it got leaked, and now here she is. Because how many relationships do people really know about that she's had?
I mean, I think it's more like those things that it's not the number, it's like who you've been with.
I was about to say, because what qualifies you as being, a slut? Or, because when I think about Kim Kardashian, I'm honestly only thinking 4 people, and the 4th one she's married to.
I mean, I can think of a few people. We got
and
Ray
I can say 5 if I want to add Michael Jackson's nephew. But
Michael Jackson's nephew, Ray J, Bow Wow, Nick Cannon. These are just dudes that
I have no idea about Bow Wow. Honestly, the first name that came to my mind was Ray J. Who was a football player that played for the Saints?
Reggie Bush.
Reggie Bush.
I want to say Miles Austin.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. And then the guy she married, the basketball player,
Humphrey.
And then Kanye. Those were the 4 people I was thinking about. I never knew about Bow Wow. I completely forgot about.
Well, Bow Wow claims so. Bow Wow claims he smashed, but this is also
we can't
Bow
trust
Wow.
Bow Wow these days.
I mean, just put it this way: we never heard Kim deny it. So, I mean, honestly, if Bow Wow says he smashed you, you're probably gonna flat out write out that day. No, I didn't. So maybe he did.
Oh, poo.
Well, the game allegedly.
I only thought those 4 people.
I mean, I just think it's like you hear like we said about Bill Cosby earlier. When there's smoke, there's fire. And, but as far as a dude that has, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I am light skinned, and I have a decent grade of hair. Not my whole life, but like throughout the end of high school and college, I always heard, "Oh, you must have hoes."
Because of the stereotype. Because that's the stereotype: light skin with nice curly hair.
Or just a dude that looks good. He's gotta have a lot of hoes. So I'm not gonna talk to him. So girls do the same shit as men. They just act like they don't. Girls also act like they don't got egos, and y'all all do. It is what it is. I think the only thing that makes men and women different, not physically, obviously, the difference between men and women is the way we think. We think more logical. Y'all think more emotional. That's really truly the only true difference on where it breaks down. And then, again, that's my opinion. I'm saying that's a fact, but like that's just how I feel about it.
Okay. Okay, sure.
I don't got much else to say. You want to talk about some unpopular opinions?
I don't even know if I have maybe I do have an unpopular opinion. But I don't know how unpopular it is. But whatever. My unpopular opinion. Can I go first?
Yeah. Actually, I have to do props for my unpopular opinion, so I can hear you. Keep talking.
You need props?
I need props.
Well, I think I'm afraid to even have an opinion now.
No, give your unpopular opinion.
Well, I want to see your face when I'm talking about it. Oh my God. Okay, just sounds like things are breaking. What in the world?
Just let it happen. Don't worry about it.
Well, my unpopular opinion is I don't really like Cardi B's music that much.
Oh.
Well, let me rephrase. Because I do like it. And I like her features that she's done. But I guess when I take away, that I like the beat and maybe I like the hook, when I'm actually listening to what she's saying, I'm like, oh, okay.
Actually, before I respond, I don't want to just throw it out there. For people that the first time listen to the podcast, unpopular opinion segment is we live in a society where if you don't agree with what everybody says or what the masses say, that you're canceled or they try to get rid of you or whatever. So we just want to have an open forum where you can honestly say how you truly feel about something, and you're not going to get judged about it. And we may have a little debate about it, but we're going to respect your unpopular opinion. That being said, Cardi B's music.
I do like Cardi though.
I like her as a person. I agree.
Like Cardi,
I should say liked her as a person. It's starting her shtick is starting to get a little old. But
I don't know. I feel like I still like her, and I feel like Cardi's one of those people I feel like is actually a person. Yeah. Because we just talked about that. I feel like she's actually a person.
Yeah.
And I mean, more power to her for getting her music going, especially for somebody who's never really did music. Mm-hmm. And then, look at her now. So congratulations to her. Mm-hmm. But sometimes when I'm listening to what she's saying, I'm like, oh, okay. But I mean, in her defense, I feel like that about a lot of artists. I listen to what they say and I'm like, what? Okay.
Yeah. So, well, I'm with you on that one. You're not going to get much of a pushback from me. I don't dislike Cardi B's music as much as I get tired of her music because that's all they play
on the radio.
It's just like, it just gets old. You don't let me organically like somebody or you make me want
shoving it down my throat.
Yes, exactly. You make me want to hate this person or this artist, and it just sucks. So I'm not really gonna. Yeah, I really don't have much pushback on that one.
I mean, she got some hooks that I love though.
Yeah, that Can't Do Dripping is fire.
And she does have some lines in her song that I'm like, okay, but overall, like, would I be like, this is an album that I must buy and listen to all the time? No, but I do love Cardi though. I do love her.
I'll give you that. So my unpopular opinion, and let me grab a problem.
Sweet Jesus.
The Hennessy Pure White, and go ahead and I forgot a shot glass, so I'm just gonna put it in the top. Take a sip of that. So my unpopular opinion, and this is gonna be hard to say as a black man, I think Hennessy is disgusting.
So what did you take a shot of it for?
I wanted to just people to see that I actually drank it. Hennessy is nasty. This bottle has been in our house since
June.
And you see how much has been sipped out of it.
It's been since
Now, I will say that I'm not really a drinker no more.
I
stopped drinking as much. But Hennessy is absolutely disgusting. That is my unpopular opinion for the week.
I wish you didn't drink any of it. I could have got my money back and some. I could have sold it.
Hennessy's nasty.
But you know how many people are buying these?
A lot of people. I mean,
I could have sold that.
Yeah. But
I can't now.
You could. Somebody will buy that.
That's horrible.
Yeah, well, I just want to say, Hennessy, you make a disgusting product.
You don't like Hen Dog?
I do not like Hennessy. I just want to let you know that your product is not as smooth as Negroes like to act like it is.
Oh my God.
I also want to say that this is disgusting as an overall product.
What would you describe the taste to be?
Like car motor oil.
What?
If you wanted to picture like you
know I don't drink.
I know you don't drink. But
I'm not. Don't waste your time.
I'll give you a cup here of it.
Don't waste your time. No, thank you.
Go ahead and try it.
No.
It's a little Hennessy, a little Hen Dog.
And you're trying to pour more, and I'm telling you no. I don't even like clear, let alone gonna drink that.
Oh, I mean,
I don't drink.
Of course, shout out to Shannon Sharp. We can drink a little Hennessy, pop a little, smoke a little Black and Mild.
I like water.
Yeah, this is like what my dad calls beer. He calls it ice water when it's cold.
Okay, I like the water that's like everybody else calls it water.
No. Hennessy though, I just want to let y'all know, you're nasty.
So this isn't the hype. Do you like any Hennessy?
No, I hate Hennessy regular. I hate Hennessy black. I can honestly say I do not like Hennessy pure white. I do not like Hennessy. Hennessy is disgusting.
Did you feel that way before this was brought home?
I don't know.
Because you did ask for it.
Yeah, I wanted to be part of the hype.
Oh my God! You can't be part of the hype for $60.
Well, I can't.
That's $60 on something I don't even like.
But I mean, maybe if we get a little coat and put it over the
rocks. You have to force it down, buddy.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna finish it. I mean, again, this was a $60 bottle of disgustingness, but I will finish it.
Well, I mean, that's unfortunate. I don't have any pushback on that, obviously, because I don't drink at all. So
I can give you an unpopular opinion that you hate.
What's that?
Dr. Pepper sucks. And I'm saying that as a Texan.
Flavors?
I can say that as a Texan that Dr. Pepper is not that great.
You're a horrible person.
I'm not saying, okay.
But you like Pepsi.
Pepsi is fire.
Pepsi's the watered down version of Coke.
Coke is the Coke is Pepsi, except someone decided, let me pour some more sugar in it because it don't have enough sugar already.
I don't even really prefer Coke, but I can't believe you said that about Dr.
Pepper. Again, as a Texan, I know it's hard to hear, but I'm not big on Dr. Pepper. I'll sip it, but Dr. Pepper Cherry is better. It's pretty good, especially if you mix it with Kraken.
That's because you love cherry Pepsi. Kraken?
Yeah, it's a rum. Kraken rum. It's pretty good. It's black. It's delicious.
I'm upset.
Why?
We might be taking a break.
Well, Dr. Pepper ain't for me, man. Like
all those flavors in there.
Was it 31 flavors?
No. What's Baskin Robbins?
Oh. Well, how many flavors is in Dr. Pepper?
Is it 22? 20? Let me get my Google.
Yeah, while you do that, let me talk about the goodness that is Pepsi. Pepsi,
how many flavors are in Dr. Pepper?
Pepsi, picture this. Hot summer day.
No.
You're outside playing
Stop trying to make me picture things. We are taking a break in our relationship because you're horrible.
Or
23. There's 23 flavors. This boy said 31 Baskin flavors. It's 23.
What was the Baskin? I'm kind of hungry.
So you want ice cream because you're hungry?
Yeah.
We're getting wings today.
Okay.
Feel free to slander him in the comments because he does not like Dr. Pepper.
I don't like Dr. Pepper.
Man, and I thought I knew you.
But let me, the backstory on Dr. Pepper. My mom, before she passed away, God rest her soul, she used to, her one thing that she liked, I won't say her one thing. She had a few one things that she liked. Like
butter. Didn't she like turtles too?
Yeah, turtles, butter. But that's every black woman. Butter pecan ice cream, the little Sandy's cookies, those stuff like that. She would tell you.
So all the things that have pecans in it, because turtles have pecans. All three of those have pecans.
Yeah, and she liked pecan pie. Do you say pecan or you say pecan?
I say pecan.
Oh.
I'm country, but give me some credit.
But she would tell me like, "Oh, you don't like this. You don't like Dr. Pepper."
So Dr. Pepper was her favorite drink?
Yes.
So I find it funny because every time you say this stuff, it's just funny that your mom has literally convinced you of so many things you don't like because she was trying to keep you from eating her stuff.
Yeah, but that's hilarious. I don't like the pecan sandies. I really don't like butter pecan ice cream.
My dad loves butter pecan ice cream, but my dad is also from Brenham, so
I don't like stuff with nuts in it. Pause.
Well, I do.
Like, I feel like nuts will ruin a cookie. Like, I like nuts. I like pecans. I like peanuts. I like cashews. But I don't like them in my cookies or brownies. Almonds? I love almonds.
Yeah, I enjoy that stuff in my ice cream, like an extra oomph.
Yeah, not for me. But I do like cookie dough in my ice cream and cookie pieces in my ice cream.
I don't like cookie dough in my ice cream, but I definitely love brownies. Well, my unpopular opinion, which is probably now going to be popular, is I don't think I like you very much.
Oh, that's cool.
Since you don't like Dr. Pepper.
I mean, this is a good way to end this podcast because we got football to watch. It's actually kind of a shorter podcast. But let us know how you feel about our podcast in the comments. We appreciate the feedback. You got anything you want to plug before we dip out?
Go Cowboys.
Okay. I'm Chris. This is Mia. She's obviously smoking drugs. And that was Antisocial Commentary. Thanks for listening.